Welcome and thank you so much for joining us again with our Property Talk slot, a totally new program, and we've got Guinevere Pieters with us from Red Door Properties. Welcome!
Thank you.
Nice having you.
Great to be here.
Let's look at Gwen in person. Where do you come from, originate?
I'm originally a Wali, believe it or not.
Welcome.
Born and bred in Vereeniging.
Okay.
Yeah, schooled in Vereeniging, Auchenpark Primary, General Smuts, and then VUT. And then I went off and worked for the airlines for a couple of years.
Flew all over the world.
Went all over the world and then landed up staying in a small little town called Marken in Limpopo province for 7 years. And then decided to move back to Vereeniging. And that's when I got hit by the bug.
I was about to ask that. How did you get involved in property?
I think it wasn't my first house that I purchased. I had a place in Johannesburg when I was working for the airlines. But I was very young when I bought that. And then when I moved back here, I decided, at that stage I was going to work in Johannesburg and travel. Because I wasn't listed for Johannesburg. So I started house hunting with an agent. And then I thought, sure, this is such an easy job.
Wrong.
And that's how I got into it. I started hunting for myself a house and then befriended the estate agent. And then she said to me, well, Gwen, why don't you give this a bash? So I thought, well, okay. Instead of driving to Joburg every day, why don't I give this thing a go? And here I am, 23 years later.
I also want to touch on Red Door,
Yes.
the agency itself. How did you get involved with Red Door and where did they originate?
So I started Red Door end of 2016. I'd obviously prior to that worked at other agencies. And then I got a push in the direction to say, okay, let me think of doing my own thing.
Become a principal?
Become a principal. Sure, if I'd only known then, maybe. Yeah, it always seems
would have been a different outcome,
a lot
maybe.
easier than it is. But it was a rocky road. First 2 years was damn hard work.
Yeah.
But slowly you get into it. We started out, there was 3 of us. And currently, those 2 that started with me are no longer. But we're now a family of 26 people.
Brilliant.
Just a nice, perfect size, works well. Yeah.
If one looks at that, the
Red Door. Okay.
the Red
name,
Door
the
part,
name.
yeah.
So in Scotland, if you are bond free and you've paid your house off, you paint your front door red.
That's tradition.
It's tradition. So somewhere that Red Door came across and I sort of read up about it because everybody said to me, oh, Red Door, the perfume. And I didn't even
realize there's a perfume.
There's a perfume. The women realized there's a perfume.
they will.
But no, it came from, I thought that's a very nice little...
the story behind it.
It's
the
Red
amazing.
Door. Yeah, so it's no Red Door perfume, but bond free.
What makes you guys different from all the other agencies?
So I would say when you step into our company and you deal with us, we're very hands-on and we put ourselves in your shoes.
Oh, that helps.
We are really not there just to sell you a house and move on. We're all about relationship building. We love repeat business. And we want to be well known in the area. We want to become like a go-to. We're not
one stop.
a one-stop. So yes, you come to us, come and knock on our door. We'll start the
knock
process.
on our red door.
We start the process from the beginning. So
Right.
if you want to buy, we've got an in-house bond originator. We pre-qualify you, help you get your finances in order if they are not in order, and we walk that whole road with you from beginning to end.
Services that you render, you do rentals as well?
So yes, we've got an in-house bond originator, then we do obviously sales and rentals.
Gwen, while we're talking about the company, you've got a couple of branches as well. You've really expanded.
So we cover the entire Vaal Triangle. We
Yeah.
obviously started out in Vereeniging. That's our main branch. Head
Situated?
office. It's in General Hertzog Road. And then about 2 years ago, we opened up in Beethoven Street in Vanderbijl Park. That office covers then your Vaal Park, Sassel area, Vanderbijl. And then from the Vereeniging branch, we do obviously your Three Rivers, Arken Park,
Meyerton.
and then we've branched out into the Rissieville, Meyerton area.
Oh, that's
as well.
brilliant.
And hopefully we will have our office in Meyerton soon.
Gwen, but one must also be honest. The perception out there is that you're making lots of money very quickly.
Very quickly.
So you can do this. You've got a full-time job. And then in the evening, you quickly take out 2 or 3 people, and then you earn 100,000 a month.
Yes, that is the perception, and that's purely the perception.
And I would like you to, because if there's someone watching at the moment that's got a minimal mindset of joining someone or doing this as a career, it's not a part-time thing.
No, there's nothing part-time.
If you can just quickly
There's nothing
embroid on that.
part-time about property. You've got to be in it 150%. What is nice? Yes, it is a very flexible job. But then you must be a flexible person. I'm not an 8 to 5 person. I can work at 5 in the morning, I can work 5 in the evening, I can work 8 in the evening. And that's what I like about this job. I can still get to watch my children's sport activities. I can still get to
Be involved, yeah.
be involved where I want to be involved. But it is, if you are in a household where you are 8 to 5 and you need your weekends for yourself, this job's not for you. You need to be flexible.
Weird hours.
Weird hours. So it doesn't always suit everybody's wants and needs. And if you're married and in a relationship, it doesn't always suit the other party. Not everybody understands that on a Saturday when we're brine, if you have to leave and
then
go
you
work,
have to go.
It's something you have to do. And your kids, as long as if you've got your kids on board. We have got a trainer that we use once a month, Trevor, and Trevor always says, to be successful, you need your family on board with you. Whether it's your partner, your husband, your kids. They must understand, because they are the ones that are reaping the benefits, actually.
Obviously.
So there's nothing. We've had numerous people. Hi, Gwen, I've got a job and I need some extra money. Can I become a part-time agent? And there's been 1 or 2 that joined, and then they realized, okay, I'll dump my other job to do this
and become an
agent. Because with hard work you can really do well. And then there's others that just said, wow, they didn't realize. They've got this perception of, don't know where they think they get the stock, but you look on the book and there says, oh, here's 4 addresses. So the buyer says, I want a house. You go and show them those 4 houses and he picks one. That is the perception.
But it's not just becoming an agent. There's a lot of things that you need to do first. There's qualifications that you need to go through.
Correct. Everybody thinks, I'll just come and sell houses and you're automatically a qualified agent. So now you need to do what they call your NQF4 with your PD4 exam, and then obviously to be a principal, then you need to do your NQF5 and do your PDE5 exam.
But does it start at 1 moving up to 5?
Moving up to 5. So it depends what you've studied, where you've ended your pre.
Yeah.
A lot of people that have done degrees get exempted from the NQF4. And also sometimes a part of the 5, and I think they end up doing the PDE5 exam to be a principal only. But it's not just I'm a housewife and tomorrow I'm an agent. There is a whole follow through that you need to do.
If we can quickly talk about the course that you need to run through, it's not just quickly a week here and a week there. It's actually a year, isn't it?
So you've got to do what you call a logbook, which is over a 12-month period where you will obviously do X, Y, and Z and create a logbook which you submit that gets marked. And then you do your NQF4, and then you do your PDE4, which is an open book, 3 or 4 hour exam.
Now, who sort of moderates this whole process?
So this is moderated by the PPRA, which is your Property Practitioners Regulatory Authority. Yes.
Okay.
So they have designated authorities that you've got
that can actually mark this and go through
and you go. Obviously, during COVID, we did online, but it's back to going
the real
to a
thing.
venue and sitting there. I think it's a 4-hour exam, if I'm not mistaken. 3 or 4 hour exam.
Can one specialize in, for instance, rentals only, or listings only, or
you mean qualification wise? No, it's your full board.
It's the whole cover, the whole
Covers
spectrum.
everything, yes.
And then there's the community involvement. Obviously, when you work in a community, there is involvement. Apart from just selling houses, there's projects and stuff that you guys are into.
Yes, and we actually love that part. As Red Door, we're involved in quite a couple of projects. We're involved with a couple of schools, primary schools and high schools, obviously Vault Triangle based. We do an annual golf day every year, which we support the SPCA, and we also do a food drive for them. This last Sunday, we've been doing the Vaal Marathon for the last couple of years. We always help out at a water point. And then on the 14th of February every year, we do our annual blood drive.
Coinciding with Valentine's
Coinciding with the red. All red, yeah. Blood, love, all together. And then, sporting events. We're pretty open to a lot of things. As people obviously approach us, I see where we can fit in. But community, we love supporting the community.
We'll be chatting to Gwen again in our next episode. We'll be covering 12 subjects throughout our series of programs. Thank you so much. Contact details, please.
Our website, Facebook page, and then our landline is 016 151 0016.